Welcome to Assist College of Arts and Commerce. This is Assist Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Shah. Today I would be covering up the topic under the subject called Business Law, that is called Doctrine of Ultravirus, which is there in semester 4 and it is covered under Unit 1 of Mumbai University. Students, the concept, that is the doctrine is called as theory of ultravirus. In the Latin word, doctrine means the theory or a concept, virus means beyond the power. Whereas intravirus means the power when the director does any act which is against the law. It is called as ultravirus. Companies director has to act within the powers which has been assigned under Memorandum of Association or Article of Association. Also, AOA cannot be contradicts with MOA. AOA means rules and regulation, whereas AOA means Article of Association, MOA means Memorandum of Association. MOA is a constitution of the company, it is called as the charter of the company, whereas MOA is the subordinate of the company as per the Companies Act 2013. Coming to the meaning of Doctrine of Ultravirus is a fundamental law of the Companies Act. It lays down that if any of the act of the company under the Companies Act 2030 or any of the contract entered into by the directors on behalf of the company is beyond the powers which has been given by the meetings which has been conducted under the annual general meetings, or with the powers which have been assigned by the board of directors or the powers which have been assigned by the shareholders. And if the company does any act which is against the object clause, in such a case, such an act would be called as ultravirus. It is considered, such an act would be considered as null and void. Such null and void acts or contracts are not legally binding on the company. The term ultravirus applies to those acts which are performed beyond the legal power as stipulated under the object clause. Coming to the topic, the meaning of ultra means beyond, virus means the powers. Ultravirus for company doing that such an act which is beyond the legal powers of the company or authority of the company which has been given by the shareholders. If the company performs such an act or the list of such not acts which are not been listed according to the lines of the Companies Act 1956 or the Companies Act 2013, then it would be punishable under the law. What are the powers does the company have? A company has the power to do such things which have been authorized under the Companies Act, which are essential for the attainment of the object clause which under the Memorandum of Association, and reasonable and fair incidental as to achieve that particular objects would be called as the objects which are very valid. By Doctrine of Ultravirus, the purpose of these restrictions are that investors of the company would get to know the objects of the company where the money has been invested, ensuring that the creditors that their money which has been taken care by the company are not being wasted with the unauthorized act. Ultravirus act would be called as void if any of the act is done due to the course of the business which is ultravirus in the nature and does not establish any legal relationship. Such act or such acts are void from the start and cannot be ratified from the body of the shareholders and making it one which is binding to the company. Another important point is that in the ultravirus it is considered to be illegal. So if you see the meaning of this ultravirus act is that act of the director which has not been sanctioned by the shareholders during the meeting, or which is not against, or acts which are against the powers or the rights which have been given under the Companies Act, then such acts would be considered to be ultravirus. Coming to the case law, which is that a company entered into contract with Ritchie for the construction of the financial railway line in Belgium. The House of Lords said that they had given the decision that the contract of the Ritchie was ultravirus as not been given or sanctioned by the shareholders during the meeting, and such an act would be called as ultravirus. Well, later on the Ritchie wanted to ratify that particular act. The question raised by the contract was whether the contract was covered within the meaning of general contractors. The court held that such contracts are not been covered under this particular case. The main point of Doctrine of Ultravirus, if you see, the main point of the fact that the ultravirus is that the company being a corporate person should not be mutilated, fined or punished for its own act done by the agents if they are beyond the powers or the privileges as per the Companies Act. Case law, a very well known case law is that of National Telephone Company versus St. Peter Port. The constables, the telephone company put up the telephone wires in a certain area. The company had no power within the Memorandum of Association, and such an act was called as ultravirus because whatever is mentioned in the object clause of the memorandum, the company should fulfill. The defendant cut down them. Such an act would be called as ultra virus. In this case, the director the act or the action is ultra virus. The directors are, if they are acting beyond the powers, the shareholder can ratify it by a resolution in a general meeting. If act is within the powers of the company, any irregularities may be cured by the consent of the shareholders as held in the Engineering Works Limited. So, if the director wants to ratify any of the act which is in the favor of the company, then the consent can be passed after doing the act by getting the consent during the AGM. In the articles, if any act or transaction is ultra virus, the articles of the company can ratify by altering the articles by passing a special resolution under the AGM. Again, if the act is done irregularly, it can be validated by the consent of the shareholders provided within the powers of the company. So, it is the main question is that the act is within the scope or not within the scope of the memorandum or article of association. The ultra virus transactions are maybe of following types. If the company is performing act which is illegal but not authorized by memorandum of association, then such an act would be called as ultra virus. If the transaction is done within the ultra virus and the company is not bound, then the third party can sue if it finds that this particular act is against the law. In such a case, the third party can check MOA before entering into contract. So it is necessary for the third party to enter into contract or check the records. If the transaction is ultra virus, can ratified subsequently if all the shareholders gives the approval. So this is the very important point. If a person has lent the money to the company and the same is used for ultra virus transaction, then he cannot recover the money. He can recover the goods if he is properly identifies that the goods are purchased from said money. In such cases, only the third party can recover the money if he finds that from that particular money, that particular goods are being purchased. Thank you from my side to students. Today in this particular session, you understood what is meant by ultra virus act. So ultra virus act, if you want to make us understand, it are the acts of the directors which are against the law, and if the act is beyond the powers which has been given by the shareholders, and if this fund is misused, then the directors would be solely responsible. And if it was urgency for the good beneficial of the company, and if the acts are done which is ultra virus, then the directors can ratify by taking the consent from the shareholder during the AGM, and the approval of the shareholders are mandatory for rectifying such an act. Thank you from my side.